Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, was born on January 8, 1935, in a two-room house in Tupelo, Mississippi. His twin brother, Jesse Garon Presley, was stillborn, leaving Elvis to grow up as an only child. From a young age, he found solace in music, once saying, "I learned how to sing and play guitar in a church and my uncle taught me how to play, but it was my mother who taught me the real important stuff, like how to appreciate life." His family was poor, and they moved frequently throughout his childhood, but Elvis found stability in the Assembly of God Church. He took part in many gospel sings and was heavily influenced by both the spiritual music and the rhythm and blues he heard on the streets of his hometown. When asked about the unique blend of music in his style, Elvis said, "I don't know anything about music. In my line, you don't have to." When Elvis was 13, the Presley family moved to Memphis, Tennessee, in search of a better life. Working various jobs to help support his family, he found refuge in his music. Elvis once said, "I'm not trying to be sexy. It's just my way of expressing myself when I move around." In 1953, Elvis walked into the offices of Sun Records, telling receptionist Marion Keisker that he wanted to record a song. When she asked what kind of singer he was, he responded, "I sing all kinds." He paid $4 and to record 2 songs as a gift for his mother. This caught the attention of producer Sam Phillips, and a year later, Elvis released his first single, "That's All Right." The rise to fame was meteoric, as was the whirlwind of controversy that accompanied his performance style. Elvis swiveled his hips in a way that was deemed too sexual by some, but his fans loved it. Defending his moves, he said, "Rock and roll music. If you like it, if you feel it, you can't help but move to it. That's what happens to me, I can't help it." In 1958, at the peak of his career, Elvis was drafted into the U.S. Army. He served in Germany, where he met 14-year-old Priscilla Beaulieu, whom he would later marry. About his time in the service, Elvis reflected, "The Army teaches boys to think like men." Upon his return to the United States in 1960, Elvis' popularity had not waned. Throughout the 1960s, he starred in a series of movies that capitalized on his good looks and charisma. However, by the end of the decade, Elvis longed to return to live performing, saying, "I missed the closeness of a live audience. So just as soon as I got out of the movie contracts, I started to do live performances again." In 1968, he made a triumphant return to the stage with a televised comeback special, known as the '68 Comeback Special, reigniting his career and ushering in a period known as the Vegas years. During this time, Elvis became known for his jumpsuits and his powerful performances. He once said, "Ambition is a dream with a V8 engine." But behind the scenes, Elvis' life was troubled. His marriage to Priscilla ended in divorce in 1973, and he battled addiction to prescription drugs. His health was failing, but he continued to perform. His dedication to his art was best summed up in his own words, "I've come too far, and I don't know how to back up." Elvis Presley died on August 16, 1977, at his Graceland mansion in Memphis. His sudden death at the age of 42 shocked the world. Despite his personal struggles, Elvis remained an icon and a pioneer in the music world. His influence on rock and roll is immeasurable. In one of his interviews, Elvis once said, "The image is one thing, and the human being is another. It's very hard to live up to an image." And indeed, Elvis Presley, the image, the icon, the king, remains one of the most significant figures in music history. He continues to inspire artists and captivate fans with his unique blend of gospel, blues, and rock and roll. In his own words, "I'm not trying to be different. To me, I'm just being myself."